Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and oh boy, have we got the hype news for today. Obviously, I'm a bit behind everyone else because unfortunately for me, the Breakers anniversary live stream was at 3 o'clock in the morning in the UK, and I was up pretty late last night streaming Alan Wake 2 on the second channel. Do go check that out if you haven't already. The second channel, I will be streaming on there very soon. In fact, if you're watching this video as soon as it goes up, about an hour from now, I will be live over there playing more Alan Wake 2, so some good spooky survival horror goodness. But yes, we got more information about the Heroes celebration for this year. The hashtag Heroes agenda is going strong. The hype is building. We got some more news as well, but I'll cover that in a separate video because I kind of want to talk about what that means for the future schedule of Global. But we're going to focus on the hype news. I know a lot of you guys already commented on like previous videos that have been uploaded or added me on Twitter saying you wanted to see my reaction and my thoughts to all of this new stuff that has been revealed from the live stream. So they showed 3 more characters that are being released on the Heroes banner. All 3 of them awaken. There is small print in the bottom left of this image that says the images are the characters' forms after Dokkan awakening. Now, the interesting thing I didn't realize when I first woke up and saw this, we've been talking about how for years the Heroes banner has had 9 or 10 featured units. And we only knew 4 of the units that were going to be on the banner so far. Super Saiyan 3 Rose, Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, and then of course Golden Metal Cooler and Modified Janemba because they're awakening. That's 4 units, and that means we would have like 5 or 6 left to go if they were doing a 9 or 10 featured unit banner. Now the interesting thing is they've showed these 3 units off here. So we have Super, well, it's Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly, right? But Super Full Power Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Broly. So yeah, I definitely predicted. My original predictions back when we were leading into the year here was for this year's Hero Celebration would be that we would get Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and Broly. I really didn't think they were going to drop Super Saiyan 3 Rose and have him transform into Full Power Rose this early. I actually thought we would get him as the headliner next year. So when they revealed Vegito and Rose, I said, I think even in that first video, I still think we could see Limit Breaker Broly as one of the other units, and there he is. So him and Vegito releasing this year is going to be really good for various team synergies because the normal Super Saiyan 4 Broly and Vegito from Heroes are getting their Easy A's this year. We're going to have a look at their links and some of that in a minute just to kind of show you what I mean, but they should be 7 out of 7 link partners for each other. Which is going to be really, really good, right? Next, we've got Dark King Fu. So he is the guy, he fights Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, and I think scientists like Lab Coat Toa is involved in the creation of Dark King Fu, like giving him his extra powers. So the fact that he's one of the banner units is not really much of a surprise. A lot of people predicted that after seeing the scientist Toa as one of the Heroes units for this year. Obviously she's the free-to-play farmable one. And then as quite a big surprise, I thought maybe we would see this guy as like an SSR that doesn't awaken. We are getting the crazily, very long named if you were to say the whole thing, right? Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, Berserk Controlled. So this is from an episode where he fights Evil Saiyan Turles, who I don't know exactly the right way to describe it, but like he gives him some of this crazy like evil berserker energy that has powered up Turles. It has like a black aura, and it kind of starts to take over Vegeta and make him go berserk. But then because he's so powerful, because he's so in control of his like strength, he gets it under control. So he now has that buff on top of Super Saiyan Blue, but he's still under control and has not gone berserk. That's why it's called Berserk Controlled, which is a very weird name for it. But yeah, those are going to be the 3 units. Now, the huge bit of news that I did not see until someone showed a screenshot from the stream was that the they said, actually it was in the subtitles, Amatsu probably, I don't think it was one of the others that would have said it, this is the remaining Heroes units, was basically what they said. So that means that what we've seen, now including these guys, that's it for the Heroes banner for this year. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way. So we've got Rose, Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly, Dark King Fu, Blue, I don't know what we're going to call this guy for short, right? But Berserk Vegeta, and then Metal Cooler and Janemba because of their awakenings. That's 7 units. That means that the Heroes banner this year is going to have 7 featured units. And the Heroes banner, I mean, I really hope that them reducing the number of featured units doesn't mean they're going to plan to do away with this. But the Heroes banner is guaranteed featured every multi. Now, I said this in my tweet when I woke up and saw the news for the first time before making this video. Like, RNG is always going to be a thing, right? You could still easily do 10 multis in a row and not get the one specific featured unit that you want. But a 1 in 7 chance to get the featured unit you want, funnily enough, is much better than a 1 in 10 chance to get the featured unit that you want. So this is really exciting. The big thing, of course, now is to wait to see what these guys are actually going to do. Because if there are even like a couple of these units, even if it is only 2, maybe 3 out of these 7 units that you think you would really want, like if it's, let's say, for example, they're really good, they're not hugely restricted to being only on like a Heroes team, you could throw a couple of multis at this banner and have a pretty decent chance at getting the one that you want, and maybe even multiple copies, because the other SSRs that you could get in the multi, because this is one of those banners where getting a god animation is just absolutely like chef kiss, because you're getting 3 SSRs at least, and the Heroes banner only gives Heroes units. And unlike any other banner in the game, if you pull a random SSR as one of the first 9 units, because the last one is guaranteed featured, the SSR in slots 1 to 9 are more weighted towards featured, or at least this is how it worked has always worked in the past. They could change it for all we know, because I believe it's either 50-50 or more weighted to unfeatured in a normal banner. For Heroes, it's 70%. So if you're pulling an SSR in slot 1 to 9, it's a 70% chance it will be featured and a 30% chance it will be unfeatured. So, like, there will be someone out there that you could do 2 or 3 multis on this banner and pull 2 or 3 copies of the unit that you want and another one, right? You could pull 3 copies of Limit Breaker Vegito and Limit Breaker Broly in like 3 multis, potentially. Now, obviously, we're talking on the higher end of the scale for luck, but that is going to be very good. Of course, the flip side exists, right? Where someone out there is going to do like 10 multis and get 5 Metal Coolers and 5 Janembas after already having rainbowed them last year. So, touch wood, that's not going to be me, right? Because that's exactly what I did. They're already Rainbow Link level 10, so let's hope that's not the case. But this is very good for the Heroes banner. This gives us the absolute potential. Bearing in mind, of course, this is based on the fact that the units are going to be good, but this could absolutely be the best Heroes banner that we've ever had, right? Some of the hypest character picks: Limit Breaker Vegito, Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly. Broly's always popular. Super Saiyan 3 Rose. Rose is incredibly popular. Just Goku Black in general is incredibly popular. A lot of people, big Heroes fans, like myself included, as I've already said, didn't think we were going to get him this early. Now, Dark King Fu might not be a hype character to non-Heroes fans, but obviously he is like one of the big bads. He fights Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, so he is a cool pick as well. And then, yeah, this blue Vegeta, I mean, recently on Global, we just finally got the last Super Battle Road stage to get the Vegeta family active skill, and I was talking about how Vegeta family desperately needs some buffs. So if this guy is not restricted to Heroes, he's going to be another blue Vegeta character that you can use on a bunch of these other teams, and then he could be very good. So I wanted to jump over and take a quick look at a little bit of what we can expect from some of these units, because Super Saiyan 4 Broly and Super Saiyan 4 Vegito as well, to be fair, when the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s came out last year, if you look at their link set, apart from not having things like GT, because they're not from GT, they have a basic link set that you would expect a Super Saiyan 4 Goku or Vegeta to have. They don't have a specific link or anything that you look at and go, okay, well, they only have this link because they are the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s. So what that most likely means is Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly is probably going to have this exact same link set, which of course makes him a 7 out of 7 link partner for this guy, who is getting his EZA. Now, I want to do a separate video talking about the EZA, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about this guy right now, but his EZA could be good, and he definitely needs a slot 1 partner. So Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly being an absolute beast of a tank would be really good, because this guy gets all of his stats on Super. Even if they give him some start of turn, he's still getting the majority of them on Super. So Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly being an insane slot 1 tank would be really good, especially because, you know, last year with Heroes, they kind of split Super and Extreme into being 2 separate teams, and Extreme desperately needs more solid slot 1 defensive units, right? Especially for like when Hearts' guard has run out and things like that. So Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Broly, I'm expecting to be, I say expecting, hoping to be a good slot 1 tank. In terms of links, they're not the best, right? He has Saiyan Warrior Race and Super Saiyan Prepared for Battle, Saiyan Raw. Like, you know, we would expect these on a Super Saiyan 4. He does have Brutal Beatdown, which will be okay for some other extreme teams, as well as Nightmare. But his links aren't the craziest. At least he didn't get stuck with Berserker, though, I guess, right? So there is that. But this is the link set that I would expect to see for this Limit Breaker Broly. And then in terms of his categories, these should all be the same, and then he should have full power as well, because obviously the Limit Breakers are on full power. So very, very cool. Now, if we take a look at the Fu that we have in the game, this is obviously not the Dark King Fu. So we're not going by any of his abilities, right? They could give him any sort of kit. I don't know what the Dark King Fu card in the actual game is like, but more so looking at his links. Brainiac's Demonic Power, the Innocence, Cold Judgment, Solid Support, Infighter, Shattering the Limit. I can imagine him losing the Innocence, potentially, as he is becoming, you know, Dark King Fu. And I don't know, we obviously don't know yet which units. They're all awakening, but we don't know which ones will awaken from the Dokkan event medals, because I'm going to guess that it's going to be Rose, because he seems like the headliner, and then my prediction would be that Vegito and Broly awaken from the medals from Rose's event, which means that Fu and Vegito will have Shattering the Limit, but obviously we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Cold Judgment is a good link, shared with a lot of the extreme units like Hearts, Solid Support, Infighter, Demonic Power. Now, if we take a look at Demon Goddess Toa, which is a similar thing, right? Getting the like Dark God, like Demon Realm power up. In terms of links that are relevant to that, Demonic Power, Fu already has. Solid Support, he already has. He's not going to have Scientist. Master of Magic, I guess he could pick up instead of the Innocence potentially, which is a decent attack link. And remember that Demon Goddess Toa is going to easy A this year as well. So Fu getting Master of Magic instead of the Innocence, I think would be pretty good. But yeah, no real extra links that she kind of has just because of being Demon Goddess Toa. I don't know if the other Toas actually do have Master of Magic. Let's just double check that quickly. I think they might do, because then obviously, yeah, does the tech base one? The tech base one doesn't have it, because this is Darkness Toa. Well, actually, no, apparently she does have it before she awakens. Interesting. So, yeah, it's a Toa link, so it's not necessarily going to be related to the Demon God form or the Dark King Fu form. If we look at Dark King Mechikabra, who is probably the closest comparison, right? He has, in terms of links, he has Master of Magic, so maybe he will get that. He has Godly Power. Now, he is on Realm of Gods, whereas Fu is not a god, right? So I'm not sure how this is going to work in terms of, like, Demon Goddess Toa, same as like Demon God Dabura, Demon Goddess Poutine. They don't get Realm of Gods as a category, but Mechikabra is, like, as far as I'm aware, the Demon God, right? And he is Dark King Mechikabra. Now, does that mean Fu will get Godly Power, potentially? That would be pretty cool. Will Fu get Big Bad Bosses? I'm expecting Rose to have Big Bad Bosses. I'm not expecting Broly to have it, because we looked at the other Super Saiyan 4 Broly's links. But I could definitely expect Dark King Fu to have Big Bad Bosses. So actually, now that I think about it, it's probably more likely he loses the Innocence and picks up Big Bad Bosses. He could lose Infighter for Master of Magic, because the Dark King Fu super attack that I've seen from the game is him firing down a bunch of like bolts and stuff, right, rather than attacking with his sword like he does with this card. So I could see him losing the Innocence and Infighter for Master of Magic and Big Bad Bosses. But obviously we will have to wait and see. And then when it comes to Vegeta, when we look at the Xeno Super Saiyan Vegeta, he doesn't have any links or anything, aside from Patrol, because he's part of the Time Patrol. He doesn't really have any links that we wouldn't expect to see a Vegeta have, or any categories or anything. But the thing you have to remember is, this guy, I'll be propped slightly, but to bring the image up here, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta Berserk Controlled, doesn't have Xeno at the end. So the blue Goku and Vegeta from Heroes are supposed to be the main timeline Goku and Vegeta coming from their timeline, right? Whereas the ones that go Super Saiyan 4 and Limit Breaker are the Xeno Goku and Vegeta, and they are from a different timeline. So this blue Vegeta is the mainline Vegeta, which means his links and categories and stuff would be more like what we would expect to see from a normal Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Now, obviously, even though it's Berserk controlled, I could see him potentially getting the Berserker link. Obviously, this guy's probably not the best one to have brought up, considering he gets he has the Resurrection of F, like movie links and stuff. I don't want to bring up one of the Resurrection F ones. Let's just bring up this one instead then. So this blue Vegeta, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior race, Warrior Gods, Prodigies, Royal Lineage, prepared for battle, fierce battle. I could see him easily having all of these. I don't want him to lose Warrior Gods because it's a good God link. But he could drop one of these links like Prodigies or Saiyan Warrior Race for Berserker. I don't want him to because that link sucks, but it does kind of make sense for the form, right? And then he's going to be on Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Time Travelers, Vegeta Family, Siblings Bond, Worthy Rivals, Bond of Master and Disciple maybe still, because he is still the main Vegeta, right? Exploding Rage, I don't know, this is very specific to this card, so maybe, because it is a Berserk form, even though it's controlled now, right? Gifted Warriors, Mastered Evolution, maybe not because it's kind of like a new transformation. Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Bond of Parent and Child, and he won't be on Superheroes, he'll be on Dragon Ball Heroes and Crossover. So very, very interesting stuff. Obviously, I am very, very hyped for this. We got basically all the units that I wanted to see, really, apart from like Eye Patch Zamasu was probably one of the other really big ones I really wanted us to get. But we're getting Super Saiyan 3 Rose, Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito and Broly. And then, yeah, Dark King Fu, Berserk Controlled Vegeta, Metal Cooler, Janemba. Those are the 7 units from what they've told us, that no other ones are going to be coming. So, yeah, this is going to be a hype time for Heroes. Let's get that hashtag Heroes agenda going. I'm going to start tweeting about it. I'm going to mention it in more videos. I think it would be really cool. I know a lot of you guys out there push the Heroes agenda. Imagine if we could get hashtag Heroes agenda trending on the day the Heroes banner comes out. So I'm going to make more tweets about it in the future, mention it in videos. We'll see if we can get that going. That would be awesome. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Are you hyped for Heroes? Are you going to be summoning? Obviously, I'm going to be talking about the changes to the timeline in the next video. But LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is coming to Global before Heroes. So we're going to talk about that in the next video. And let me know down below in the comments how that changes, or if it does, your plans for Heroes or summoning for Goku. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.